Today we're doing something a little bit special. We're doing a trip down memory lane where we look at some old Amstrad manuals, some games that we used to play, and there was something about just putting a floppy disk into an old Amstrad as a kid or growing up that was just something magical about it. So if that sounds interesting to you, let's start this journey now and bring out the memories. So imagine that you're in your uncle's study or your granddad's office. For me it was my granddad, or your dad's lounge, or wherever your desktop would be. And just imagine you're a kid, you're between 5 to 10 years old, and your family member, whoever it shall be, or maybe a friend from school had an Amstrad or something similar, and they got out these boxes with floppy disks in, disks like this. Absolutely, well, I say used to, I still love floppy disks. There's something special about them. Every game I have on a floppy disk brings back so many memories. Before I carry on, put in the comments below what your favourite game on floppy disk was. I always wanted Doom actually on floppy disk, but I haven't got that on floppy disk. I had it on CD. It was on like a demo disc, shareware. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about these awesome manuals. I'm going to show a few more in B-roll, but I've got about 2 or 3 of these that I found while I've been sorting out my granddad's stuff. And these were just amazing. So this particular Amstrad, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it on there? This particular Amstrad was probably the first computer I remember. We had a few Amstrads before that. This was the last Amstrad, but I remember being at my granddad's house and it just had loads of games. This particular manual talks about F-15 Strike Eagle 2, but I always used to just call it F-15. For those you don't know, it's basically a flying game. You had a jet, and it was really cool at the time. Cool little beep 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 sound effects. Oh, a leaf just tapped the table. I'm getting snowed on by leaves. Go down memory lane. Get yourself a floppy disk or floppy disk drive from our links in the description below. Load your games onto floppy disk and relive your childhood memories. If that sounds interesting to you, click on one of the links or anything from Amazon. We get a small commission which helps the channel, which means we can make more crazy videos like this. So what are you waiting for? Buy yourself a floppy disk! But that was a really cool game, and I'll never forget a cool little story. For some reason my granddad never wanted me to save over the top save because it had loads of medals. I don't know if it was his save game or part of the game, and I accidentally loaded it and crashed and lost the save, because if you died I think you lost the save. And I remember my granddad just being really annoyed because I think he really liked that save. But other games that came on this Amstrad, this particular manual again has like Prince of Persia, which I still play now, Lynx, which is basically a golf game. And I seem to remember that's where I first played Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade, which was a point-and-click adventure game. We had Elite, which was like a space game, a space trading game. I was never very good at it, but it was really cool. And just lots of cool little games. You know, I used to play like Secret Agent and Duke 1, and all my early games playing on DOS. Probably really got started on these sort of Amstrad computers, either in my granddad's office or at his house at the weekend. And I used to absolutely love them. And there's just something about them. There's something special about Steel Empire. Oh, how can I forget Steel Empire? It just hit me. And that was an awesome futuristic strategy game, turn-based strategy game. The first turn-based strategy game I ever played. And me and my granddad absolutely loved it. You had these like robots. And put in the comments below if you've ever played Steel Empire. And for those of you that, as if this is your first time here, I'm Dave from DOSBite, and I do weekly content looking at retro computers or retro games, or just taking this trip down memory lane. If that sounds interesting to you, don't forget to like and subscribe. But I love these manuals. There's something special about them. You turn the page, and I must admit, as a dyslexic kid, I never spent much time reading them. But there's just something cool about having them on the shelf, and if we got stuck in a game or something, my granddad would get it off the shelf. And it'd always be after dinner. We'd sort of have a little rummage through the games. He'd help me with Hugo. That was another game we used to play, and like I said, Steel Empire and Indiana Jones, and it was just really cool. And the clunky keyboard and the mouse, and I think it's called Gem. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was the sort of very early sort of Windows style OS that used to come on Amstrads. I didn't know that at the time. I used to just think it was really cool, because before that I was just used to tapping on the keyboard. But that was my first experience of clicking for files and stuff, and I just thought it was really ahead of its time and really cool. And obviously I got quite used to sort of loading games in DOS as well. But it just, I don't know. Oh, Jimmy White Snooker, that was another one. I haven't got all the manuals with me as I'm talking now, but I will show them in sort of the B-roll. But I don't know. I don't know what my favourite was. As a kid, I was scared of Prince of Persia. I don't know why. It was the little guys with the swords. I thought they were going to come out of the screen and get me. I don't know. I had a very vivid imagination as a child. But I used to love Steel Empire. I used to love watching my granddad play Prince of Persia. Links was always fun, even if it was just on the driving range, hitting some golf balls. You know, put in the comments below what your favourite game, or if you had an Amstrad, what memories you have of that. If you're watching this, if you came from the Facebook group page, if you're here on YouTube, most of you are probably here on YouTube. Please share your memories of, you know, any early MS-DOS games you used to play, especially if you had an Amstrad or very early sort of, you know, sort of MS-DOS computer. Take yourself down corridors, like in games like Wolfenstein or Doom. Relive your childhood memories. Get yourself a floppy disk drive. Click on one of our links in the description below. Load your games onto floppy disk and relive your memories as a child. That sounds interesting to you. Click on those links. We get anything off Amazon. We get a small commission which supports everything we do here on the channel. I thank you in advance, and I'll see you in a video. IBM computer, whatever you want to call them. But, you know, they were just, you know, what floppy disk games. And I remember sort of not long after, we ended up with our first Windows 95 computer, which I believe was a Times computer. It was my granddad's work computer, and Windows 95 was just the next level. It sounds really silly now for anyone that's under sort of 25, but Windows 95 was absolutely on a different level. Absolutely was. It just felt like so futuristic, so advanced. It made DOS look like the dark ages. Dude, DOS will always hold a place in my heart, even now when I use DOSBox or if I go on an old DOS computer. But yeah, just getting back to and I remember, I don't know if you can see that on the manual here. I haven't actually got it anymore. I do actually have the box for it. If I could be bothered to get it out, I might do a little B-roll for you. But we used to have these little silly joysticks. They weren't particularly great. We had better ones later. But, you know, there was just something cool about gaming on these little joysticks. I think we used to have it, for some reason, have a go on Prince of Persia with it. I don't know why. And I remember we used it on F-15. That made sense because the jet fighter. But there's something special about... I'm just going to put the microphone lower down. Just bear with me. Yes, I don't know if you can still hear me. There's just something about this sound effect. I'm just doing that now on the microphone. There's something about clicking the floppy disk. I love doing it. There's something about, I don't know, there's something about just putting the floppy disk in, off it goes. If you're getting value from this video, please like and subscribe. You can read my blog. There's a link to that in the description below. Read about everything going on the channel, buy me a coffee, or you can literally just click on one of our affiliate links, buy yourself some floppy disks, put your own games on the modern floppy disk, put it in a floppy disk drive that you bought through our links, and then bring back all the memories. Why not? Click on those links, buy yourself some floppy disks, put your games on floppy, buy yourself a floppy disk drive, load up DOSBox or use a retro computer if you have one, and relive those memories, and come back and share in the comments below what memories you've brought back, if you will. And it feels like it's going to rain, so I might have to wrap up soon. But yeah. But honestly, please share in the comments below, you know, what memories you have. I know I've said that a few times now, but it's just something special about this era of gaming that, you know, for me really started my love for sort of retro gaming and that sort of thing. I think it just takes me back to being a kid, me and my granddad playing them and all that sort of thing. But yeah, please share your memories below. And in a moment, I'm going to leave you 2 end cards that are going to bring you even more value. Like I said, I do weekly content on retro gaming and computers, and Wednesdays at the moment I do like a little cool hangout when I just play one of my random games or a few random games. So until then, I'll see you next video. Thank you so much for watching or reading my blog. You guys absolutely rock. Absolutely rock. And I'll see you in the next video. Why? Because Dave cannot talk.